Well, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's time for Q&A. I put a question box on my Insta stories last night. We already have so many questions, so I'm just going to answer three because I like to keep these short and sweet. What is a typical calorie day for me? I'm going to share, but it's about a lot more than calories. Um, what is the one mindset hurdle or mental obstacle that I've had to overcome that other people haven't? That's an interesting question. I think we all overcome a lot of the same ones, but I will share. And am I competing in this year's Maxim Cover Girl competition? So before we dive right in, if you're seeing me for the first time, hi there. I'm Elizabeth from Happy, Healthy, and Hot. I'm a 59-year-old double certified health and weight loss coach, author, content creator, and three-time finalist in the Maxim Cover Girl competition in my 50s, competing with women mostly in their 20s and 30s because I believe it's time to tell a new story about aging. I believe we can love our bodies and our lives at any age. And I have so many resources here for you. I will absolutely, in the caption, drop a link to my store where you can grab some of my free tutorial videos like poolside planks or lose 5 pounds this month. I also have cookbooks, a journal, all kinds of fun things there, and more on the way. I feel funny in these glasses. Not that I mind wearing glasses, but I can see the reflection of my light. But my eyes were bugging me a little bit this morning, so I didn't want to feel like putting on my contacts. And I'm wearing a giant hoodie because it's freezing outside, and I'm going to go out for a walk after this and work on getting my steps in. So let's dive into this first question, a typical calorie day. It's about a lot more than calories, but we'll start there. I am a very small woman. I'm 5'1". I weigh under 105 pounds, which is a great weight for me. I am pretty small boned. Um, Average typical day for me is around 1,700-ish. Could be higher, could be lower, depending on appetite, my activity in previous days, everything else. But what's so much more important than the calories is the quality of the calories. And we're going to talk a little bit about macros. Um, the two that I loosely track and that I'm aware of every day are protein and calories. I don't really worry about my fat and carbs because if I'm getting my protein from real food and I'm staying within a good calorie range, the fat and carbs are just going to kind of play out. Um, I I I don't eat any refined carbs. Um, my carbs come mostly from fruits and vegetables, some starchier things like sweet potatoes or bananas, stuff like that. I don't eat grains because they're inflammatory for me. So my carbs tend to be on the low side, but I don't count them. I don't track them. I don't know how many carbs I'm getting each day because I know that if I'm getting the protein right and the calories right, the fat and carbs are going to fall into place. As far as fat, I'm not afraid of fat at all. High quality fat. We need it for gorgeous glowing skin, healthy brains, everything. But I'm getting the fat I need. Like the fat that's already inherent in our food, to me, is the best fat. The egg yolks, the fat that's on our steak, the fat that's naturally occurring in meat, nuts, some raw nuts. I don't eat a lot of nuts, but things like that, avocado, the fat that is in our food. I don't really add a lot of fat to my food because it's already there. And to me, the fat that's in food already is going to be the highest quality, healthiest fat there is. So typical calorie day for me, as I said, is going to be around 1,700 calories. And my protein goal, I'm always aiming to get at least 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. So for me, that means over 100 grams of protein per day. I typically get significantly more than that. And that feels really good for me. I thrive, I feel amazing on a lot of beef, fish, and eggs. Like when I say feel amazing, my brain feels amazing. I have good mental clarity. I have steady energy. Um, like to me, give me steak, give me some salmon, even like sashimi grade stuff. I'm like, yum, yes, please. Sardines, I love sardines. I know not everybody does. And some eggs. I'm a happy, happy girl. My body is happy. My brain is happy. I don't have cravings. So I really focus on like those are high quality sources of protein, but they are also just nutrient dense. I'm not just getting protein, I'm getting all kinds of real nutrition. And I do believe that our bodies function best getting our protein from real food. Now, I do absolutely supplement with collagen peptides every single day because our bodies are not getting a lot of those amino acids from our food unless you're making bone broth and eating nose to tail and all that stuff. I'm not, you're probably not either. So I do add the collagen peptides, like one scoop gives me an extra 18 grams of protein. Feels really, it's amazing for your skin, nails, hair, your connective tissues. It's going to make your workouts better. But typically, most of my calories and protein, they are all coming from real food. So it's so much more than what is a typical calorie day. Um, okay, next question is a little bit of mindset when I'm pulling these up on my phone from Instagram. Okay, this person said, you talk about mindset. What's the one mental hurdle you had to overcome that most people don't? Um, I think we all overcome similar hurdles, although mental hurdles, and it looks different for different people, but I've seen this pattern with both over the years. I've definitely coached more, worked one-on-one with more women than men. Um, but it comes up for both women and men. I see it more with women. And it's also come up in the DMs and all the conversations that I have with people. So I think are the biggest hurdle that we all have to overcome is our own believing in our own self-worth, believing we deserve the best. I think that so many, and it manifests in different ways, but I think that when there's an area of our life where we feel stuck, whether it's our physical health, so many people get stalled with weight loss. They self-sabotage a lot. Like they're like, I know what I need to do, but then I don't do it. I do it for a while and then I stop. Um, or it could be financial. It could be all kinds of things, but it's like we don't believe in our own self-worth. We don't believe it gets to be that good for us. Um, Relationships, we believe that if we have an amazing, thriving business or thriving career, then we can't also have an amazing relationships, both romantic and other. Or, we believe like, hey, everything in my life is good, but who am I to want to look incredible? Who am I to want to be hot as I get older? Who are you not to? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to be happy, healthy, and hot? Why wouldn't you want all the things to be amazing? But I really do feel it is a lack of self-worth. There's certain areas of my life where I'm still dealing with this. So it's something we all, or I believe most of us, have to overcome and look at in some area of our lives. And it's it starts with, it's like you can't just magically change it. But as I always say, it feels so good to feel so good. So, like, you start with these small habits to help you improve in whatever area you're working on. And then they build on each other. And then that builds your confidence. And you start to believe in yourself more. And you start to see that it is safe to take care of yourself. It is safe to look good. Using a health and weight loss and like hotness example, it is safe to be seen. And it may make some people uncomfortable. And that's okay. We need to be able to sit with that. I think so many times we tend to want to fix things. We don't want to feel the feelings. We don't want to feel the emotions. So we suppress them with food, with shopping, with whatever. But when we can learn to sit with our feelings, even those feelings of discomfort, and not have to just fix them right away, um, things can get better. So I personally believe a mental hurdle that I've had to overcome is my own self-worth, is believing that I'm deserving of the best in every area of my life. It's always been easy for me with my health and fitness. It's just like I've told myself a new story, but it's other areas where it's been a little more challenging for me. So, but I think everybody, that is something that everybody deals with. And I know some people, think of one person in particular that I know who is killing it at life, At a very young age, at what I see with this person, I'm not going to name her, but it's somebody that I know well. It's not just somebody that I'm observing, is that she believes so strongly in her own self-worth. And as a result of the way she treats herself, other people rise up to meet her or they fall away. But this person receives amazing treatment in every area of their life. Amazing relationships, amazing friendships, career success, financial success. And it has to do with her belief in her own self-worth. Last question. Because before I dive into the last question about Maxim Cover Girl, the universe, God, angels, whatever, however you feel comfortable saying it. I say God, angels, universe, like I'm here for all of it. But they're going to give you, like, you're going to, the way you treat yourself is a conversation with the universe. If you're always putting yourself down, other people are going to put you down as well. If you're always putting yourself last, well, expect to be always put last. If you're always telling stories of why it's hard to lose weight, or it's hard to make money, or it's hard to meet good people, or whatever those things are, you're going to keep seeing things, you're going to get more of that. And, it's hard to wake up. It's not necessarily you can wake up and be like, oh, I'm making $1 million today or whatever. You're not, because you don't believe that. But you can start looking for evidence of good things. You can start saying things like, how good can it get today? And then just expect to be surprised and delighted. Expect good things to happen. Recognize when those good things happen, whatever they are, a free cup of coffee, an amazing encounter with somebody at the grocery store checkout, whatever it is. Look for all of the amazing things that are happening, and you're going to see more of them, and they're going to get bigger and better. But it all starts with being in the present moment and gratitude and appreciation. Thank you, more, please. So now let's go to the last question. Am I competing this year's Maxim Cover Girl? I'm not. I have nothing but amazing things to say about my experience with Maxim Cover Girl. I've competed not once, not twice, but 3 times. 2020, I did it. And then again in 2024 and 2025. And each year I made it to some round of the finals. In my 50s, competing with women mostly in their 20s and 30s. This past year, 2025, I made it all the way to the grand finals. I had an interview for the cover of Maxim magazine. That's how far I made it. Each time that I did this and put myself out there, I have grown and expanded in ways that I never even could have imagined. Like crazy, amazing things. Last year, I put myself in a billboard in Times Square. I had a photo shoot at a Bentley dealership. They opened up on a Sunday for me. I had amazing local news coverage because I put myself out there and I asked. If you don't ask, the answer is no. And I got bolder. And as I brought more people along and more people bought into my message, it was like it became bigger than me. It's time to tell a new story about aging. I have not a single regret about entering Maxim Cover Girl. In fact, I would encourage anybody to, if the thing seems big and crazy and you're saying, what will people think if I do this? If it lights you up, who cares what everybody else thinks? If you can't get it off your mind, just do it. So you might say, why aren't I competing this year? Because I've made it to the interview. And it's not like I'm stepping back so other people can win. I made it that far. I was interviewed for the cover. I was not chosen for the cover, nor was I chosen as one of the top 3 who made it into the magazine and went to the photo shoot Miami. And those girls are amazing. And the girls that won all the other competitions, Hot Girl Summer, Maxim Icon, all those things, they're all fabulous and amazing. And I'm just so happy that I got to be a part of that I made it as far as I did. And now I'm looking at taking that same energy that I gave Maxim Cover Girl, everything I had. I was like the boxer who leaves it all in the ring, the basketball player, the football player, who leaves it all on the court, the football player who leaves it all on the field. I gave Maxim Cover Girl everything that I had. I've received even more in return. And this year, I'm putting my energy into building my business, into creating new streams of income, into getting my message out to more people and helping more people. But I will continue to shout from the rooftops how amazing my experience was with Maxim Cover Girl. Love, love, love every single second of it.